Hey guys, Movie King here. Today we're going to be talking about the upcoming movie Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. Though Shang-Chi's pretty popular among the fans of the Marvel Comics, outside of the comics, Shang-Chi is not the most popular Marvel character, so you might not be clear on who he is and just what his story is. But no worries, I'm here to help with that. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't yet, and let's get into it. Shang-Chi Origins. The superhero Shang-Chi was created by Jim Starlin and writer Steve Englehart in the special Marvel edition in 1973. He was originally known as the son of Fu Manchu, a fictional villain from the Rohmer novels and TV show. Shang-Chi was born in Henan, China, and was trained by his father and the best martial arts instructors. He was bred to be a living weapon from a very young age. Shang-Chi was raised believing his father to be a benevolent humanitarian whose aim was for world peace. But he later found out his father, Fu Manchu, was really a villain after his father sent him to assassinate Dr. James Petrie, one of Fu Manchu's enemies. Upon finding out his father's true nature, Shang-Chi sought confirmation from his mother, who confirmed his father's evil schemes. So Shang-Chi confronted his father and vowed to put an end to his evil schemes. This put him in a tough place with his adopted brother Midnight. Midnight is a villain in the Marvel Comics, and he was sent by Fu Manchu to kill Shang-Chi for his betrayal. Shang-Chi later went on to team up with MI6 agent Nayland Smith in hopes to put a stop to Fu Manchu, and he successfully thwarted Fu Manchu's plans for world domination on many occasions. But Marvel doesn't really have the rights to the Fu Manchu character anymore, which is why in the later comics, it was revealed that Fu Manchu was actually an immortal named Zhang Zhu, and he wants to use Shang-Chi to preserve his life. Shang-Chi later went on to team up with other Marvel heroes like Daredevil, Spider-Man, the Runaways, and even joined the Heroes for Hire team during the Civil War era. He's also mentored heroes like Spider-Man and even Captain America in hand-to-hand combat. So now that you are clear on his comic book origin, let's talk about Shang-Chi's powers. Shang is referred to as the master of Kung Fu, but not just that, he's referred to as the best fighter in the whole Marvel universe. This means Shang-Chi is better than Black Widow, Hawkeye, Gamora, Nebula, and basically any skilled fighter you can think of in the MCU. He's even bested guys like Iron Fist and the Mandarin, both of which are some of the best fighters in the Marvel Comics. He is a skilled, hand-to-hand combatant, specializing in a wide range of fighting styles, and he often refers to himself as a lifetime student of the martial arts. He is also a master of Chi, which is basically life force or energy flow. So this means he can control his life force in any way he sees fit. This allows him to move faster than the average human. It also allows him to punch through metal and other hard surfaces, meaning he is extra strong. Lastly, though this was not part of his original powers in the earlier comics, Shang-Chi is able to duplicate himself. Yes, this means he can create multiple versions of himself in battle. I guess you can say he is able to do the shadow clone jutsu from the Naruto anime. I wonder if that's where they got the idea. Anyways, Shang-Chi is able to use his duplicating powers in a battle, and pretty much whenever he wants, making him the last guy you want to have a friendly spar with. But the movie is not called Shang-Chi and his weird duplicating powers. No, it's called The Legend of the Ten Rings. So where does the Ten Rings fit into all of this? Well, I am glad you asked. The Legend of the Ten Rings. In the MCU, we've actually seen and heard of the Ten Rings. They're the organization who captured Tony Stark in the first Iron Man movie.
Tell me when you see it.
I have it.
Press Control I.
Got it.
Enter.
And they're one of the people who wanted to buy the Yellow Jacket technology in Ant-Man. They're the terrorist group that Iron Man faced in Iron Man 3.
You said you wanted the Mandarin. You're looking right at him. It was always me, Tony. Right from the start. I am the Mandarin!
So the Ten Rings have been around. But that's not the Ten Rings that this movie is going to be focused on. No, sir. This movie is actually going to be focused on the actual Ten Rings of power. The Ten Rings that will rule them all. Sorry, I just had to make a Lord of the Rings reference. The 10 rings are rings that grant the wearer unimaginable power. Each ring has a specific function and power. Powers like Ice Blast, Telepathy, Light Energy Emission, Vortex Creation, Mind Control, Flame Blast, Electro Blast, and a couple others. All formidable if worn individually, not to mention if they are all working together. The rings are actually believed to be sentient. In other words, they have a mind of their own, and they have been known to mock each other. Amazing, right? All my ring does is just stay on my finger and maybe help substitute as a beer bottle opener. The 10 rings will grant immense power to the wearer, and they are believed to be of alien origin. The prominent user of the 10 rings in the comics is none other than the Mandarin. And I am not talking about the fake Mandarin that we saw in Iron Man 3. I am talking about the real badass Mandarin from the comics. The plot. The plot of the movie hasn't really been released yet, at least not officially, so we're not exactly sure what it's going to be. I'm just kidding. I've done some digging and I've gotten a little gist of a possible plot synopsis. First things first, the movie is not going to be following the traditional origin story. No, the synopsis suggests that Shang-Chi is going to belong to a secret education facility for gifted children, a facility owned by the 10 Rings organization, which the Mandarin leads. Shang will be trained by this organization until he escapes and tries to lay low, but the Mandarin hunts him down and makes him a deal. The Mandarin proposes to let Shang go if Shang-Chi fights for him in a fighters tournament, of which the prize is the 10 rings. Yes, we might be seeing an MCU version of Mortal Kombat. This tournament is said to unveil some new characters, and it might just be the first movie where we get to see the X-Men and the mutants in the MCU. But this plot is relatively new, and I will be making a new video explaining more details of the plot as soon as we get a confirmed trailer. The characters. Marvel is, as usual, clandestine about the details of the movie, but at least they have revealed some members of the cast. Simu Liu is going to be playing Shang-Chi. Nora Lum, aka Awkwafina, is going to be playing Kathy, one of Shang-Chi's close friends. Tony Leung will be playing the Mandarin. And Daily Show presenter and comedian Ronnie Chiang will be playing John John, whose role we're not even sure of yet. Either way, I'm sure Shang-Chi is going to be a blockbuster, showing a new side of the MCU that we've never seen before. Well guys, thanks a lot for watching. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and I'll see you on the next one.